If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feel? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well, man. It's a great Wednesday. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and hanging out with me today. As usual, make sure you tap in to that live chat, hit that like button, and also subscribe if you haven't, man. Hit that hype button, man. They keep adding buttons and all types of stuff here on YouTube. So make sure you hit all the good buttons, all the positive buttons. And you hating ass niggas, do whatever you do. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Now, we have some things to get into. First of all, shout out to my Wolves, man. I just got this recently, man. Shout out my guy, Ant. You know what I'm saying? We doing some big things this year. Shout out to Cole. J. Cole was just in town last night. Shout out to him, man. Big shout out to him, man. Really cool guy. Also shouted out our Wolves and let us know we're going to be an issue this season. For any of my NBA fans out there, just know whoever your favorite team is, they're going to have a hard time playing my Wolves this year, and I stand by that, all right? Now, shout out to y'all, man. Let me shout y'all out real quick. Southern California is in the building. Latoya Young is in the building. Daryl P is here. Chet Perry's in the building. King Gunner's in the building. Grits and Gravy's in the building. Buck Savage is here. Grant is in the building. Justin Furlow's here. Eternal Sin is here. Vale is here. Oh, my God. What's going on? Yours truly, Toya. What's going on, man? Now, let's get into it, man. So many things have transpired. I didn't go live last week. Had a lot going on, but I'm here this week. We're going off of things that happened. Now, Corey has found himself talking very, very recklessly about Marcus, and me being the guy who stays in tune, but not all the way in tune. I had no idea that Marcus did an interview recently with Boss Talk 101, and they had a nice in-depth conversation where, you know, Marcus went candid and really got honest and pure about how he felt about him and Corey's falling out. Described how they met, how he got on the show, how, you know, he was doing on the show, how things transpired, and how things kind of went left, and, you know, just how everything kind of went down. You know, of course, we covered that here, but hearing it from Marcus himself makes a whole lot of difference when it comes to how you see how things went down. And one thing I noticed is that when Corey tried to tell stories about how things went down and why he doesn't like people, he doesn't really tell the full story about everything, if he does even tell a story. Usually he's just talking crazy about him and talking about what he doesn't like about him and how they're untalented or how they're this and how they broke or ain't got shit to their name. He never really likes to talk about how things transpire because I'm pretty sure he knows that a lot of the times it'll come off as him being the one that initiates the issues, right? Now, for the longest time, of course, Corey was talking about how Marcus never called to check in on him before he started roasting him when he broke both of his wrists. But you hear Marcus talk about how he actually did check in on Corey and see how he was doing. And of course, seeing him joke about it, he thought that it wasn't not serious. Of course, it was a serious situation, but of course, you take things and you laugh at it. You're a comedian. That's what happens. But of course, Corey didn't appreciate that. You can't dictate how somebody reacts to what you've done. But it's kind of went left since then. Now, oh yeah, shout out to the links too. Yeah, I can't forget my links. We got the MVP on our squad as well. Shout out to Olivia Miles. She has been killing it lately. Shout out to Nafisa. Shout out everybody on our link squad. We will win the championship this year. Come back to this clip. Somebody clip it right now. Just 10 seconds of it, of me saying this. Come back to it. Just know we are going to win the chip. There's no beating us when it comes to that. I promise you. Now, let's talk about this, man. We actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to, instead of doing the Marcus interview first, or you know what? I'm going to let y'all decide. How about that? Put a 1 in the chat if you want us to go through Marcus's interview first. Put a 2 in the chat if you want to go straight to what happened last night between Corey and Darlene over Godfrey. All right. Number 1, if you want me to go through the Marcus interview. Number 2, if you want me to go through Corey and Darlene's issues. All right. Make sure I tally this up right. We got 1. We got a 1. We got a 2. We got a 1. We got a 1. We got a 1. Oh. Dallas Wings for life. Shout out to Dallas Wings. Oh, man. Don't vote twice, man. I got to count these motherfuckers, man. Don't vote twice. Don't vote twice. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. It's very mixed. I'm not even going to lie. Hold on. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. Hey, man. That's very in between. That's very in between. I don't know what to start with. All right, you know what? All right, we'll start. You know what? Since the first ones I saw were 1s, we'll go. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The Marcus interview is a little bit long to review. I would rather do that towards the end. But if y'all say it, we're gonna go through that first. All right. We're gonna go through that first. We're gonna do that first. If that's what y'all requested, I'm gonna go off of what y'all want to do. All right. Now, Marcus was a guest on the Boss Talk 101 podcast where they had a very good conversation. And I want to be able to share this with you guys so that we can go through it and talk about it. It starts out very, there's also another difference that I've noticed when it comes to when Corey does interviews and gets asked about people he doesn't like, and then the people who have issues with Corey who get asked about Corey and how they respond. It's a lot of it starts out respectful. And then when they get to the part where things go south, they have to keep it real. Corey, there's no keeping it respectful. He just completely is going to berate you. It's the same thing that's like with the Godfrey situation. Before him and Godfrey were beefing, anytime somebody asked him how he got started in comedy, he made sure to shout out Godfrey and let everybody know Godfrey put him on the first open mic stage and all types of shit. Now it's turned from mentioning everybody else besides Godfrey, or if he brought Godfrey up, is, oh, I think Godfrey was just trying to get me up there to see me fail, and I did great, and he made it look stupid. It's like, how do we even get there? How do we get to that? And if you thought that all this time, maybe Godfrey isn't the fakest motherfucker alive. Maybe it's you, because if you knew this about Godfrey for all these years, but were cool and close to him, and then all of a sudden brought this to the forefront in 2026, maybe you might be the fakest person alive. But we've got to the point where we already know that he does a lot of projections. Anyway, let's get to this interview so we can talk about this and review this. All right, fair use. Shout out to Boss Talk 101. Make sure you guys go subscribe and go watch this interview in full. Support Marcus. Also, I just want to say, I pay attention to how people analyze certain things when it comes to people they're fans of, and they usually don't use logic when talking about certain things, i.e. Marcus going to interviews and having conversations about Corey. People like, oh, he needs to stop talking about Corey. The only reason why he does interviews is because of Corey. The only reason I clicked on this video is because of Corey. If you are attached to somebody in some way, shape, or form, being on a big platform or whatever, and y'all have a very public falling out, please believe me that people are going to ask you about it. Now, it is up to you whether or not you want to answer these questions, but also nobody should be muzzled from talking about somebody just because the fans of that person don't like it. Eat a dick. Every interview Corey has, there is minimal talk about his comedy, stand-up, what he's doing in his career, what's coming up next, big things he has going on. Majority of it is him talking about other people, but y'all enjoy it because it's funny. He is funny at talking about people. Does it make it less malicious? I don't know, but you just got to understand that regardless if it's Corey talking about people or somebody talking about Corey, that's the way the world works in this interview space. All right. You're going to get asked questions. It's up to you to answer it. And if this nigga Corey's not going to hold back and going to talk about people, then don't expect somebody else to hold back and not talk about him. Plain and simple. All right, let's get to it.
So what did...
Whoa. Why is this not playing off of my... Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. For some reason, can y'all hear me clearly, or am I tripping? I think I'm tripping. Let me see. Give me 1 second. There we go. Is my mic good? Because for some reason, it's not playing on the...
Okay, Ben, when you first met Corey, how was it? How did you even meet him? We was... So
this is weird. Can y'all hear the video?
Okay, yeah. Hollywood Improv. Like, we used to come out to the improv and...
Nah, B. Nah. Hold on. Can y'all hear the video? Because if y'all can't hear the video, what the hell? But can y'all hear it clearly? All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I got to unplug and plug. Hopefully this doesn't mess up.
Gather up after. You know what I'm saying? Like all comedians gather up, but you don't know who you're gonna see at that motherfucker.
Everybody kicking it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you fuck around, come out there and goddamn me. DC might be outside, goddamn Mike Else, Mike Blackson. You know what I'm saying? Out there just kicking shit, talking shit. You know, roasting. That's what we do. That's what we do. It's coming. We roast. And like when I first moved out there, that shit was like, ooh, shit. What is this? What these niggas? What are you doing out here? What they doing out here? And Corey was one of my favorite comics. So I went out there, I seen that nigga out there, I said, the fuck he doing out here? This nigga out here, why is he outside just standing out here like that? You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, when you a certain level of celebrity,
out there like that.
You got a bodyguard, have bodyguards around. You know what I'm saying? You don't think from country niggas. Yeah, you gotta have bodyguards around. You can't be outside, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this nigga just outside. Look, man, ain't nobody. Okay. Then I see them niggas talking and roasting and shit. I said, oh, nigga, this what they doing out here? This is a special event roast right here. Wait a minute, nigga. They got, you know what I mean? Because I'm in Arkansas, that's what we do. And I tell niggas ass up in Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to them niggas. I'm like, damn, them niggas going at it. I'm like, wow, these niggas good. Buka Pong out there, motherfucking Craig's real, baby. The roasters out here, the dogs out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My nigga CP, man, it's a lot of us out there. Well, a lot of them out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a new nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to some other niggas. They was like, man, yeah, they do this shit every Monday. I said, what? Every Monday?
Every Monday.
Oh, no.
Shout out to you, OG Mont, for the 5 in the super chat. I appreciate you. He said Corey threw shots at Godfrey on 5150 during their Wild and Out days. Corey said, watch out for guys old as me with no facial hair. I do remember that. Appreciate you, man. Let's keep it going.
Nigga, I'm gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at first, nigga, I'm just spectating. I'm just watching. I'm trying to see what's going on. Now, as I'm spectating, because I would come back to back. I came like, I think it was about third week, and I'm watching. But as I'm spectating, I'm building. I'm like, shit, nigga might come at you, boy. You better be ready. And boy, they going back and forth, and then Corey look around. Everybody get it. Everybody get it today. Well, don't be letting nobody stare about. Who is this nigga right here? Boy,
he pointed at you.
Boy, look here. And boy, I went in. So I think after he said that, somebody cracked a joke. I think Buka Pong, cracked a joke. Boy, hit him, boom, real quick. They was like, oh,
ain't no punk.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then I jump in. So now I'm back and forth. They're like, okay, that nigga got a little heat on him. You know what I'm saying? And so that became like the ritual, nigga. I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to this. That gave me a high right there. I'm like, yeah. Boy, listen, I'm over here. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're finna get down today. You know what I mean? And after a while, you know, you be around motherfucker, start getting used to them and shit. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know about 5150 before that. I didn't know he had, but I just knew him from the Monique. Monique was hosting the Shaq All-Star coming to them. And so I knew him from there, and you know, other comedy like was it Comic View and Laughapalooza, and it was another one where he did the joke. But
before any of y'all say Marcus capping, he said this back when him and Corey were cool. If I remember correctly, he didn't know about 5150 like that before he met Corey. And then he found out about it when he met Corey. That's a fact. So he's not saying that to diss it. That is really the story.
So when he says something, I think somebody asked him about it. It might have been Black Ron, asked him about the podcast, I think. And he was like, yeah, I do it on such and such days. He was like, but I don't really be having nobody over there like that. And I was like, hey, Cole, what you talking about? You know, because at this point, you know, he know who I am. We you know what I'm saying? First name basis and shit like that. And he's like, yeah, man, I do a podcast on Tuesdays and shit. You know what I'm saying? Called 5150. I said, oh shit, I didn't know you did that. I say, I ain't trying to ask you, you know, go on there. No, I was like, I can come up there and check it out. I was like, I ain't trying to go on there or nothing like that. I just wanted to check out. He's like, oh yeah, you my nigga, I fuck with you, man. You come check it out. So I would come up there to just in the background. You hear me? If you go through like 2000, things started like 2018, 19. I'm in the background laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? You hear my loud ass background shit. And then like I went to another event that happened that he told me I'd come up to Savoy. He did Savoy one day. And like I'm there regularly now, you know what I'm saying? We around each other a little more. And then I think it was, let me tell you what solidified it. And I realized that after the fact. One day something happened. I'm drunk. I'm with this girl. She from Sweden. Fine little motherfucker, boy. But she from Sweden, but she's Moroccan.
Oh.
Woo, that motherfucker so goddamn fast. I'm drunk than the motherfucker. And he gets into it with somebody outside the comedy club. And the nigga approached him saying something. And I stood in front of him like, nigga, what's happening? What's the problem? Cause you know the country nigga, goddamn, this your
fight, yeah, we gonna rock it out.
Yeah. And the nigga like backed down or something. And so the next day, I ain't thought about it because I kicked it that night. You know what I mean? I had a little action, you know what I'm saying? So he called me. He was like, man, I'll tell you something, man. You a real man. You a real man. He said, all them whole ass niggas stood out there and watched that shit, man. And these niggas supposed to fuck with me and shit. He said, you stood on your square, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, I appreciate you, man. I fuck with you, man. You know, like that.
Oh, that wasn't the only time that Marcus, matter of fact, this is probably the first time Marcus jumped in when Corey was about to get into it. He also jumped in with the Christina Payne situation. If you all remember the video, Marcus was sliding around in them church shoes trying to catch his grip. He didn't do a very good job of it. He was better off being on his hands and knees, paws, trying to maneuver how to protect Corey. But this sounds like a situation where a man may have pressed Corey, and Marcus and Corey now being cool, a new friendship, Marcus felt the need to step in like, hey, you ain't finna, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, to keep it real, all the way real with y'all, please understand that it's admirable to be the guy that stands up for your friends, all right, in those situations. And not just that, but like Corey is the breadwinner, so to speak, in these situations when it comes to the people that are around him. You always want to protect that guy. You know what I'm saying? You always protect, like, it's like if Kevin Hart was outside, and of course he got his bodyguards and shit like that, but if I'm, you know, Naeem or Spank or, you know, any of these guys that are around Kevin, and a nigga walk up on Kevin and you step up and nigga, back that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Back up. Get the fuck out of, like, you ain't finna touch the breadwinner. You ain't finna touch the guy that runs the ship. So that's what's supposed to happen when you outside. And I honestly feel like that's the reason why Corey made the comment that Marcus expressed, talking about all these people out here. They, you know, I thought we was cool, but they didn't do nothing. That also should let you know about how most people probably feel about Corey when they outside at them clubs, especially the things that Corey be saying about people. If they see him get into an altercation, they probably step back and be like, well, you know, the nigga got himself into that. You know what I'm saying? And Marcus being naive, he probably he didn't know at the time. So of course he's gonna be the stand-up guy and step in and be like, nah, you ain't finna touch Corey.
It was just like, I'm like, nigga, I barely remember this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even think about this shit like nigga. I'm like, what? What you talking about? And so he started fucking with me more from that.
But you was just being yourself.
I was just being myself. And so one day I come in, I think who was it Craig? Him and Craig and Darlene that was doing it at the time, or was it so? It was either him, Craig, and Darlene, or him, Craig, and Zoe, or somebody. But they missed one week, so it was just him and Darlene in there. And so I come in, and he was like, because he texted me today. He said, "Hey, what time you coming to the show?" Because I was coming there Tuesday, just in the background. And he ain't never asked me that. I'm like, shit. I'll be there, 8 usual time. I pop up, I come in, they had just started. He was like, yeah, my country nigga right here, man. Marcus, come on up here, man. Introduce yourself to the people.
Put you in that hole.
I'm like, what? I ain't never been on no podcast, no shit like that.
Throw you to the wall.
Nigga, yeah, nigga. I'm like, and them niggas will talk about your ass on that goddamn boy. They would tell your ass.
How long did you do it with him? How long did your run go for?
Man, it had to be like 5 years.
Y'all did 5 years?
Yeah, because we started off. I was coming in, but I wasn't coming every week. You know what I'm saying? It was like every few weeks, every other week, or some shit like that.
Wow. And
then when pandemic hit, I was doing the industry repo show. Now, okay. I was like the co-host on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like I was there every week. And then so when it started easing up that's when he brought 51. He brought me on 5150.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? What made you leave? Did y'all because
Hey, GMS fam, hit that like button, brothers and sisters. Hit that like button when you come in here. Hit the like button. All right, let's get that up to 50 likes. If we can get up to 50 likes, I got a surprise for y'all. Let's keep going.
You know, y'all known the fight up there. Yeah, it's been a few fights. Come on up to the mic. See, it's been a few fights up there.
Yeah.
And you just seen the one when Anton, you know, or Aries had a blowout out there. Right. Aries. I don't know that nigga name, but he just jumped up and just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Anton. Yeah.
No, not Anton. The other one, Aries got into it with something. Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe a comedian too.
Yeah. No.
Zoe just up there beating people up. He's intellectual. He just like to beat people up.
He like to beat people up.
Yeah, so Zoe.
Zoe.
That's all. Zoe beat people up.
Yeah, he's a very smart man. Yeah, he was like the intellectual of the show. You know what I mean? Like he was the brain. You know, that was like the balance that balanced out the show. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there when that happened. You know, that was before my time and shit. But yeah, he was. They say Aries was doing a lot. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even watched the episode. I just
anytime you come to this physical altercation like that, man, and it's live, or was it live or they just put it out?
He does his shows live. I don't know if he was doing it live then, but I'm pretty sure
probably
maybe
live.
Yeah,
probably what it was. That's why it got out like that.
Yeah.
But at any rate, you didn't get beat up before you left, did you?
No.
I'm just asking. I don't want no problem. I know you niggas like, I'm being honest with you. I'm a country nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm stirring up whatever stir and don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what they didn't.
No. It was okay, so it was more so like all right, so you dealing with somebody, right? And y'all now I if you need me for anything, I'm there. If I need him for something, there for me, same way. You know what I'm saying? Like something happened to me in 2019. I flipped my car over driving Uber. I'm talking about them over. And nigga, I'm without a car for you.
This is the story of when Corey bought Marcus a car. I just want y'all to pay attention. I'm sorry I keep pausing it, but there's context behind all of this. This is the part, and I need y'all to know that anytime Corey starts subbing somebody without saying, I don't need to say their names. You don't need to say their names, but you care about it so much that you have to sub them every show. But Marcus drove for Uber. I don't know if he still does or not, but anytime you hear him sub somebody driving Ubers or anything like that, he's talking about Marcus. All right.
You know what I'm saying? For a little second, like, you know, I think it was like maybe a couple months passed by, and I ain't really messed up about it. I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, certain spots I can't go to them. They're like, man, come on. I'm like, no, I ain't able to make that. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, hey, man, you ain't got no, where you car at? I said, oh, man, shit, you know, I flipped that motherfucker, you know, I had posted it on the internet and shit, you know. And he like, man, we got to get you a car, man. You can't be moving around like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, you know. And like certain shit he would ask me to come to, and I'd be like, I can't make it because, you know what I'm saying? And so he ended up, hollering at his people. Got it like a used car. And I was like, nigga, I'm paying you back, nigga. He was like, man, I ain't worried about that, man. I said, nigga, I'm paying you back.
That's real.
So I ended up paying him back.
Luis 15187. I think your comment was the one about Corey sticking the jokes. Was that it? Or which one was your comment? Because Corey lets the so-called who he thinks are peasants get to him in the comment section all the time. His eyes. This is how I know, and I don't bring it up a lot, but it's very obvious. This is how I know Corey likes to freestyle a lot of his opinions that he doesn't research. He doesn't do any, like, he was talking about the FBA and Tether stuff, right? And before they pulled the definition up about Tether, somebody in the comment section was like, a tether is somebody who is not black but tries to act black, or something that they said along the lines. Then they brought it. Then he was like, no, you're absolutely wrong. Like, he called out the comment and told him he was absolutely wrong. Something that Corey just got hip to over the past month. He's telling somebody that they're wrong about a definition that he doesn't even know by heart. He has to look up on the show. Then you look up the Urban Dictionary version of it, and it tells you exactly what that commenter said, basically. And he didn't acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Corey latches on to things when it's convenient. And because he doesn't like Godfrey, he attached himself to the Tether talk. Oh, you said I said he sounds bitter last night. Oh, yeah. I mean, he also agrees. I'll give him that. He agrees. When somebody says he's bitter, he'll agree. If somebody said he's hurt, he agreed. So at least he wasn't in denial.
Now, after this happened, we end up, okay, this was 2019, 20-ish, I guess. We doing a podcast, everything smooth. I'm kind of like I'm under his wing, you know, per se. You know what I mean? Like he telling me certain shit that like he want to do with it. You're like, man, we gotta get this 5150 shit bigger. You know what I'm saying? He said, I want you to build a solid 30, right? And I'm gonna take you on the road with me. Wow. He said, man, because he do two mans, you know, me and you gonna take you on the road. He said, but I need you to build a solid 30. He said, I need that shit fire. He said, before I come up, I need you to burn that motherfucker up. So I would go on the road with him, but I would only do like 10 minutes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But this was me. Like, I'd be like, Corey, you in, you know, because I'm hustling. You know, I'm like, I see you in Dallas. Come down there, you come down there for with you in Dallas. He said, yeah, you know my name, you come down there for with me. Come to Dallas, come to Houston. I went to a number place. Yeah. And I go do the time. And then, you know, after a while, shit, you know, he would be like, sometimes he'd be like, hey man, I ain't gonna be able to bring you on this week. I ain't gonna be able to bring you on that week. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. Like, all right.
Marcus, I want to be fair. He didn't mention whether or not he was killing it on the road with Corey. I think that'd be very important to point out if you felt some type of way. I'm just being transparent. I'm being unbiased. I fuck with Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. But I just want to say he did not point out that he was killing it on the road with Corey. And Corey's very critical of comedians. Very, very critical. So if you don't have a solid 30 minutes that keeps the crowd engaged for the next act to come up, then you might be throwing off the flow of the show. All right, just to be fair. And Corey has to maintain his longevity on the road, and he needs to make sure that he has people up there doing a decent job, good job, so that flow state can continue. That's all that is. Just being objective.
Cool. Once you said it a few times, now I'm like, all right, he'll have me sometime, then the next time, like, now I'm gonna do it. So I feel like I'm bothering you.
Yeah, so you're trying to find you something else.
So I got to do something else.
Correct.
So I'm out there, you know, hustling, I was going to roll Ryan as well. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I got to figure out something else.
So you just said you started detaching yourself.
I started doing my own shit.
Correct.
Yeah. Started doing my own shit. So I started putting this together because I as I'm going on, I'm asking questions also. So I ended up figuring out a way to get me one nights at these comedy shows, comedy clubs. I use my credentials. Yeah, I use my credentials. I use my, you know, my numbers or whatever, and they would give me one nighters. So I'm going out, night out, you know, I maybe got 2-3 of them a month sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm promoting it. I'm learning how to promote the shows. I'm doing all this shit. I'm doing leg work like a mother.
But you still.
Dog. Can y'all hear that? Either there's a nigga getting stabbed or he's doing the stabbing in a metaphorical way. Because I just heard a nigga yell twice like Goku doing a Kamehameha. I hope I just didn't witness a moiter. I hope I didn't just witness a moiter. Hopefully he's moitering some coochie and just busted a magnificent nut. Hopefully. Because that didn't sound like a woman. That sounded like a nigger. Hopefully he's cracking some cheeks up there. I don't know what type of cheeks. It ain't my business, but I would rather know that I heard somebody cracking cheeks than getting moited upstairs for me. I don't hear nothing no more. All right, man.
Getting down there.
Yeah, I'm still get down.
Hey,
Start acting a little different.
Hey, this nigga. All I heard. I had to take my damn my headphones off. All I heard was. This nigga used every last breath within his lung to get it. I hope you're all right, nigga. Damn. Knock on the floor if you need help. Knock on the floor twice if you need some help, nigga. Damn. Oh shit! All right, let's get back to this, man. I can't get distracted.
So Corey started acting a little different.
Started acting a little different
because he was doing your thing, trying to build.
Yeah, like, and then I would on the show.
How did he act a little different?
On the show, I'm telling you, I'm on the show. I also was voicing my opinion on things. My opinion,
show.
Yeah, it didn't agree with what he was saying, and when I would do that, I didn't know he was taking it personal.
Yeah.
I didn't know he felt away when I was, so he would, after a while, he wasn't saying nothing about it first, then after a while, he was like, hey man, hey, what's going on, man? You feeling a certain way or something? I'm like, what you talking about? He said, man, I be knowing, I noticed that energy on the show. You be having this weird energy on the show. I said, what you talking about, dog? He was like, I don't know what you mean. I got no weird energy. He was like, then he started saying I was jealous. Then he started calling me jealous of him, his career. Then he said I was jealous of Craig. He just started start coming up. I'm an OG, nigga. I know, I feel that energy. You can't fool me.
You tell him it's time to go then, man.
Yeah.
The coochie ain't good if you didn't hit the Tarzan, nigga. If you ain't never hit the Tarzan and some coochie, you ain't had no good coochie before. Nigga busted one and went, oh, shit.
You tell him that?
He's like, man, how about you start coming once every once every 2 shows or some shit like that, like twice a month or something like that. I was like, all right. And then I just stopped coming.
You knew you wasn't going back.
I ain't coming, bro. I'm not.
So y'all didn't really have no words or nothing.
We had words.
What? How? You just left?
We had words because
he called you back again.
No, we had words. We had words like prior to that. You know what I'm saying? Like we had words prior to that, but then we went distant.
But the roast part.
But then I'm gonna tell you what brought it back up. We went distant. I see him. I let him. It was still like we cool. You know what I'm saying? Then one day he had he was on the scooter.
Okay.
Riding the scooter, and he fucked both his wrists up on the scooter. And when he fucked both his wrists up, he came on the show. I hadn't talked to him, you know, like I would call him here and there, just checking on you, dog. Even though the energy was weird, you know what I'm saying? I'm still calling to check on you. You know what I mean? It's just me. And he came on, he was like, yeah, both my wrists on the scooter, so he on the back. And I didn't know nothing about it. I think somebody sent it to me or some shit like that. And he was making jokes about it, right? And so I seen it, I'm laughing. I'm like, man, I'm finna do a video. You know what I'm saying? Just
you fuck with him.
I do roast videos, though. That's what I do.
Yeah, but you roasted him, dog. Yeah.
And so I did that roast video.
Like he do, like he would.
I did the roast video.
He called you?
No.
He blocked you?
No, that nigga went on that podcast, talked about me for a dog, like a dog for about nigga hour and a half, nigga.
All right, Money Mar. I knew you was coming in here. Shout out to my dog, Money Mar, man. I love when he comes in here because I like responding to the things that he says. All right, me and him have healthy back and forths. He says Marcus still doesn't understand that the only reason he's able to sit in that chair is because of Corey. No one cares about his special or up and coming shows. All right. Now that is a very subjective statement. Marcus has been traveling a lot, been doing a lot of shows, and he put out his own special. I think hustling on your own and getting it on your own and producing your own stuff and platforming it is a hustle, and it should be respected by not only Corey, who is a guy who talks about how he gets it out the mud and doesn't need Hollywood and been hustling and shit like that. He should be the first person to respect that. And then anybody who follows Corey and respects Corey and his hustle in the game, him being able to carve his own lane without needing Hollywood, so to speak, to push him forward, should respect that as well. Also, using the excuse of, oh, we wouldn't know you if it wasn't for Corey, or you wouldn't be able to sit in that chair if it wasn't for Corey, isn't a demeaning thing. People try to make it demeaning, but how else do you start in the business without putting yourself in the position to be seen some way, somehow? So whether it's because of Corey or whether it's because of whatever, he put himself in that position. Marcus didn't just bum rush his way in or was somebody who just stumbled upon the Coin Academy. He was going places every night and every weekend and putting himself in the position to get asked to be on Corey's platform. So I don't see that as a diss. I see a lot of people say that, but it's like you're in the entertainment business. If anybody came to you, it's not like if you're starting out in the entertainment business and somebody who is a big wig comes to you or a big entertainer comes to you and gives you a shot, like you're supposed to be like, nah, man, I'm gonna get it out the mud. I don't want to work with you because then I don't want to be attached to you. No, you're gonna go for that opportunity, depending on what it is, if it's something that's gonna benefit you in your career. So the whole we wouldn't know him if it wasn't for Corey is not a diss. That's just how his career has panned out, as well as a lot of people's career. That's like me saying Corey wouldn't be sitting in the chair that he's sitting in on 5150 if it wasn't for Godfrey. Niggas would not take that as fact or even an opinion. Niggas would throw that statement in the trash because Corey had to continue to work and continue to hustle to make something and create the lane that he's creating. Marcus is doing the same thing as far as trying to create his own lane. So trying to attach him to Corey like, oh, we wouldn't know you if it wasn't for Corey, it's not a diss, man. It's not a diss. Anyway, let's keep going. Shout out to Money Mark.
Like he talked about me for these bitch ass niggas on the. He ain't say my name though. These bitch ass niggas on
but
the.
But you knew he was talking about you.
Yeah. Yeah, he like certain descriptions that he would say.
And he didn't say I got you the car or nothing, did he?
Oh, he brought that up.
So you knew
he brought that up.
He said about your
sweaty armpit ass niggas. Like, like some shit he was talking, he would say about me on the show. Like when we go back and forth, because we roast back and forth on the show. So you knew he was talking about you. So everybody know the whole platform know you talking about me. And I'm like, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Like back in on him.
Yeah. I went back and did it. And I was doing only like 2-minute video. I wasn't doing, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I was.
And you guys, did you guys ever clear it up? I'm
gonna get the hold on.
Okay.
So we every week he go do all this time. Then I come back with a video right after like the day of the night. And all time, man, I tanned to his ass. It got to a point it was about like 4 weeks in a row. That like 4th week, I did a music video. And clowned him in the music video.
Music.
I'm talking about, it got to a point where his audience was like, nigga, he destroyed you, dog. Ain't nobody, to my knowledge, at that point, no one was going back and forth with that nigga. No one was like, they was just letting the nigga have it. You know what I'm saying? They was like, man, that's just who he is. But I was like, nah, I didn't see you go back and forth with niggas. I know what you're going to do. Yeah. You're going to go personal. And I'm going to joke. So I'm going to beat you like that. Because you going personal, and I'm finna crack jokes, and I'm finna do, so I did the music video. The music video, nigga was like, oh man, oh yeah, he got your ass going. I'm talking about his whole, it's to a point where he going live, and they in the chat like,
hey, yo, what is this? What is this? What are we talking about here? Extra meat. Hey, yo. That's what that nigga was getting upstairs. Nigga was getting extra meat. Nigga started yelling like y'all remember that? Y'all ever seen that viral video of that old white dude who just kept screaming and kept getting louder? Yeah, yeah. Y'all ever seen that video? That shit is funny as hell. Money Mark says, Marcus also doesn't know how to differentiate roasting from trolling. It's two completely different things. Marcus was trolling Corey after his injury. That's subjective, because if he say he's roasting and a lot of people took it as a roast, then it's considered roasting. The only people that took it as trolling are the people that didn't like what he did. That's why it's subjective. It's not that that's what he did or that was his intention. Like he said before, if Marcus had malicious intent, he wouldn't have been calling Corey before that even happened. Before Corey broke his wrist, Marcus said he was still reaching out, checking in, saying what's up, just keeping the relationship cool. But after he broke his wrist, he went and did what he was already doing. It wasn't like Marcus just decided to get up and start roasting Corey on his channel. Marcus has been making his social media about him roasting videos. He gets on his platform, he has a video plan, and he's roasting what's happening. He did that for Corey. Corey didn't like it. Like I said, you can't dictate how somebody receives something. I can think that it was in an illogical way of going about it, but I'm not Corey, so I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. He said, why Corey never took Craig on the road? If he did, Craig and Corey would have been fell out. I think he has brought Corey to a couple things. I mean, Craig to a couple shows. I think he has. I'll agree with that, Money Mar. Why do niggas move the goalposts for Corey so much? I don't know. Frequent says, you can't troll or roast a man who put you back on your feet. His elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. What did he expect? I mean, why can't you? Why can't you roast a nigga who you thought you was cool with, or at least not having any problems with? Why can't you do that? Corey will joke about people all the time. Corey made a t-shirt depicting Zoe Williams as goofy and sold them shits. Today, he is talking about how much he values Zoe Williams and how he wants him to come back to the show. So I need y'all to understand something. Like, y'all put so much moral expectancy on everybody else besides Corey himself. Marcus didn't call him out of his name. Marcus wasn't vicious at all. Marcus was just joking on him breaking his wrist, because who didn't find that funny? I bet you everybody before Marcus dropped that video was laughing with Corey on 5150 when he was talking about his 2 broke wrists. But because he didn't like it, now everybody else, oh, I don't like that shit either. Come on, man. Like, let's be real.
Nigga killing you. Man, you acting like a broad, man. You over here doing all this shit, man. That nigga cracking back. He coming back with jokes. You doing all this.
How did y'all stop it?
Huh?
How did y'all end it?
They came to me one day at the improv. I'm hot, nigga.
Oh, you nigga, we can fight.
I'm hot. You hear me? Yeah. So I see him. I'm looking. I'm talking to, I think it was Tori or something like that. And Tori, I'm talking to Tori, I'm looking at him. Go walk over. He talking to another comic. He not even looking at her.
He looking at you.
He doing this, but he doing that. And I'm behind her. You know what I mean? He like, hold on a second. Man, can I talk to you around the corner? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So around the corner, man, what's this shit, man? What the fuck we doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, man, this shit ain't even, man, you like my little brother, man. I've been kicking with you. I done had you around my people. I don't know, like, what the fuck we doing, man? I said, man, you doing that? I said, you? He said, no, man, you had some real animosity. He said, that's why you did that video. I know you did. Tell me I ain't lying. I said, dog, we crack jokes all the time. We do that on the platform. You got personal with me because I did what we do. This is our profession. I was having fun with you.
Nah. We not finna rewrite history today. Frequent liar. You can't have your name be frequent liar and be on here lying. Corey doesn't just joke on randoms or people who did him wrong, though. Listen, Corey will talk about a nigga standing right next to him. He would joke on a nigga and put his business out there to the world and think that he's being a real nigga and being solid. It's happened several times. Great example. Another one. You fell right into it. Grady. He talks so much shit about Grady. What is he saying about Grady today? Grady was not a real nigga. He was lying about where he was coming from. He was lying about dicking down bitches on the road, the whole barber shit. He talked so much shit about Grady. But what did he say yesterday about Grady? A lot of the times, Corey just says he just be talking shit, even when he leads his followers into really believing the shit that he be saying and following it, pushing those narratives against these people. Everything Corey does and what he coins people as, they call that person that. Corey's voice is stronger than he thinks, and it's the fact that people will continue to give him passes for certain things why channels like this exist. to be completely honest with you.
You thought he was on some like you tried to kick me while I'm down type shit. I said, bro, we wouldn't even have it wasn't no animosity like that from me. You making this up in your mind.
What I love about the story so far, what you just said, that he pulled you to the side. Mm-hmm. I love that part. That's real. That's what real men do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It could have went a different way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But just pulling to the side. My dad had taught me to do that. You know what I mean? When we would have a discussion, a real man gonna pull you to the side. Right, you know what I'm saying? So I like that part of it. Now the part of it where the joking went too far. Mm-hmm. That's all I can see on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Right, but at the end of the day, that's what niggas do.
Right.
That's what niggas do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it why niggas can't do something like this. And y'all ain't in a bad place now, are you?
Oh yeah,
y'all kept going. Y'all just don't like each other.
Bro, listen, because
you don't like
because you talking about my mama and shit. Like,
bro, that's a part of the roast.
No, it wasn't no roast though.
What you mean? You don't know your mama?
No, I brought my mama down there to LA, so he knew my mama.
Did you know his mama?
Yeah, I met his mama before too, but I wouldn't talk about his mama though.
Because you don't go that low.
I don't go that low.
How you know you're talking about your mama?
His mama is an elderly lady, bro. I'm not finna.
How do you?
This interviewer is good, by the way. He knows how to keep people talking. He'll maybe he is oblivious to the whole situation, maybe not, but he's good at interviewing because he'll be like, huh? He know your mama? Like he's like leading Marcus into talking more about the whole situation.
You know he's talking about your mom
because he was saying because he liked my mama.
He was cool with her.
He was cool with her, but he liked her.
Oh.
But she didn't fuck with him like that, but she was cool with him. But he really liked my mama. So he would say shit like, boy, I could have got that pussy type shit. Like, yeah. He was like going like,
and that's when you,
it was a lot of shit. If you knew all the shit he was saying, then you would understand.
Did you go back to him about that, or y'all just let it go?
Man, we had heated conversations, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
Yeah, like, because what he don't like is I'm a confrontational nigga and he is an aloof nigga. I will call you directly and we gonna get this shit. You know what I'm saying? But he don't like that. He don't like because that's, even though he's a controversial person, even though he'll come on the platform and spit all this shit out about people and this and that, he don't like nobody bringing it back to him. He's so used to letting people let him slide.
But if him and your mama had a relationship before, talked and everything, used to be cool, went out together.
No.
He just
cool.
Thought he just seen her.
Yeah, because she used to be with me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out on the comedy scene. She come out.
That's the part where you just basically could never. You didn't. You don't play.
I got to read this one off. She said, any injury after 50 is grounds for a fish fry. Marcus tried to be funny but couldn't read the room. What room was he reading? If we're reading the room, let's talk about reading the room. If Marcus is reading the room and the room is laughing at the person in question whose wrists are broken, making jokes about his wrist and laughing about the situation, tell me how somebody is supposed to read that as, oh shit, I might have to stay away from this one. This seems serious. I'm gonna have to back off. I can't joke about that shit. He seems very mad about his wrist being broken. Let's talk about reading the room. I'm just saying, y'all be back. Y'all will back yourselves into a corner, goddamn brother. I tell you,
a nigga mama like
man,
that.
Yeah, like it's and it really, to be honest, it didn't bother me so much, but it's just the way you was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? The way he was saying, you got to hear the shit that he was saying about, you know
it's
what I'm
online,
saying? Yeah. You got to hear the shit like he was talking.
Does said room have comedy in it? If the room Corey built for Marcus doesn't have comedy nowhere in it, then you might have a leg to stand on. If the room Corey built doesn't have Corey talking about people every week in whatever manner he so desires, then I guess then that room was built for him not to roast Corey. If the room was built for Marcus in a way where Corey doesn't talk about people's personal shit or alleging things about people, putting things on people's jackets, if the room wasn't built around that, then you might have a case. But I don't think you do.
Reckless, you know what I'm saying? Then you talking about my family and all this shit. Like he was doing.
And I see the repeated attempts. I see what you're doing. I see how you keep bringing up Marcus's mom. I know you want me to post that on the screen. I'm not gonna do it because it's just weird. That shit's weird. And you're proving my point as to how Corey will have his followers and supporters pushing a narrative. Because I had one person who is very adamant on the fact that Corey never slept with Marcus's mom and saying that he never said that, while I'm literally watching this nigga talk about how he had somebody's mama pussy in their hand. It's like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Way too much.
Y'all roast. That's what they look what just happened on Kevin Hart. And they went to talking about George Floyd and all that. All this stuff people do.
But yeah.
I'm just telling you, that's lower than you can lower to the low when you start talking about the dead. You know,
there was no roasting. You was like being disrespectful at this point. Like,
but how there's blurred lines there.
It ain't blurred like I'm talking about you.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't go outside of him.
I get it.
And I'm
all right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let the video play. I'm gonna let the video play, but this is the last thing I'm gonna say. All right. Frequent liar says, nah. Marcus was in debt to Cole. You can't even start laughing at me in a roast session if I know you sleep on my couch. Pick somebody else. A lot of people like to reveal in a very weird way that they will allow somebody to treat them or talk to them any kind of way if they help them with anything. Like all your morals and integrity and self-respect go out the window because somebody helped you with something. As if Corey was his father, grandfather, uncle, somebody who he needs to just allow to speak to him any kind of way, talk about him any kind of way, talk about his mom any kind of way. I wouldn't be that person. I'm sorry. I wouldn't allow a nigga. I don't care what you've done for me. That doesn't give you an excuse to disrespect me. Now, I'm sure if Corey called him behind the scenes after he dropped that roast video and was like, hey, man, that shit is, I didn't appreciate that shit. Do you think Marcus would have been like, I don't give a fuck, Cole? I'm gonna keep that shit up, man. You broke your wit, man. I ain't finna sit up here and then no, fuck that shit, Cole. Sit your broke wrist ass down. Sit your country broke wrist ass down. You think he would have did that? No. Corey took it upon himself to go on his platform and go in on Marcus. Something he tends to do a lot when it comes to people he has an issue with. He won't say it to them. He will never pull you aside unless he's trying to squash it, because he did pull Marcus aside with Marcus, which we're going to see in a minute. He's going to tell that story in a minute. As a matter of fact, let's just keep it going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't need to explain.
Joking. He was serious. He was in his feelings.
How can you tell? You could tell.
Yeah.
You know him.
You know it.
Yeah, no, he was in his feelings. Like, he was real deal hurt. I wasn't hurt.
And so, well, you was once you talked about your mom.
Well, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right, nigga, you going too far. But at the same time, I'm still like, but I'm gonna keep your jokes.
So even though
you doing some other shit, I'm gonna keep it jokes.
Well, have you guys been on the same show before, or seen each other and had to work around each other before?
What you mean after that? Yeah. Oh no.
So y'all never.
I'm glad. I'm glad somebody brought it up. I'm glad somebody brought it up, because y'all try to hold so many other people to a certain standard. And Doughboy isn't even somebody that has issues with Corey. Corey just didn't like the fact that Doughboy was having mental issues and talking about self-deleting himself. And he was like, go ahead and do it. Corey's that type of guy. I'll never forget that either. That was one of the moments when I knew Corey was like weak as fuck, like mentally. When it comes to like other people, he doesn't really have like compassion for anything. He doesn't really have that. And I wonder what happened to him in his life to make him like that. But let's see. At some point, you have to accept that some people don't have integrity and will take that treatment. That is a fact. What debt is a debt? Suedo, psychoanalysis aside, the man is clearly too slow for gainful inner city politics. How do you know that? You just claim that because of where he's from, or what? I don't get why. I don't get your diagnosis. Macaroni Tony said Corey lent Marcus some money, so Marcus can't crack a joke on him. A comedian can't crack a joke on another comedian. What part of the game is that? Y'all make up new rules for who y'all like. You know what's funny? If Marcus got a car bought for him from Corey and never paid him back, oh, please believe me, I'll be a nigga saying, hey, you should shut the fuck up. You should shut all the way the fuck up. This nigga had you're driving a car that another nigga bought for you to help you continue to keep moving around out here. But Marcus paid him for that car and paid him off fairly quickly for that car. Something he didn't ask Corey for. It's not like he went to Corey and was like, hey, man, I'm down on my luck. You know, I know, you got a lot of things going on, but could you help me? No, Corey asked him about his car and why he didn't have it. And he told him, hey, I flipped my car over, all this shit. And Corey was like, you know what? We need to get you some shit. Help you around out here because LA is expensive. Something Corey's been talking about the last few weeks, how expensive LA is to live. So being what we would assume would to be a real nigga and somebody who had it at the time to help him did that. And Marcus, like the upstanding man that he is, was like, I'm not finna just let this man buy me a car. I'm gonna pay him back for it. So he has a leg to stand on. Corey's being a friend. And the thing about it is, he's not the type of friend that will be like, nah, I'm doing this out of love. He's doing it so he can do it out of spite for later on. If you ever fall out, he can bring it up and throw it in your face. That's not a genuine nigga to me.
But ever see each other, be around each other?
No. I seen him after, because another thing happened. That so I got a cousin that do a podcast with me.
Okay.
And my cousin went on, like, this after we done feel like, because he had a situation with old girl on that all this shit was going around everywhere about
when he had fought the girl.
Yeah.
I thought that was a roast. That wasn't a roast.
No, that's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? You see, that ain't no Rosie. You know that I got there. But I was there.
You were there that night?
Yeah. I'm the one slipped. If you watch the video, I slipped. I had them damn slipper ass shoes on. You got to wear them suits. The yeah. But here's the thing.
But he didn't hear it for real, dude.
Now, me and him into it at this time. I'm telling the nigga, like, bruh, don't throw your career away behind this girl, bro. What's wrong with you?
What was the problem? What were they arguing about?
They had some history. I don't know what the history was, but
okay,
it was some history, and they just been.
You trying to talk him off the ledge?
I'm trying to talk to the nigga off the ledge.
Jazzbo lives. The man, the myth, the legend is in the building. Shout out to Jazzbo.
No, I'm into it with you. Did you? Because you know we Southern niggas, bro.
Yeah, we look out.
We look at even if we had a bad past, man. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying. If I see you going, steering yourself wrong, so I'm like, bro. I said, man, I know we into it right now. I know we ain't seeing eye to eye.
Told him just like that.
Yeah, I said, no, we ain't seeing eye to eye, my nigga. But don't throw your shit away. Like, man, this bitch ain't. I came out here for the bullshit. I said.
You sound just like that
nigga. I said, man, no, bro. I said, that's a fraud at the end of the day, man. Ain't nothing good gonna come from this.
Hubs was out there too, wasn't he?
Man, I mean, he was another comic and he was like security, whatever. But he's like, but there's a lot of us out there. He's just, you know what I'm saying? There's other comics and shit out there. And I'm putting him to the side talking to him though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
so they keep coming up for a while.
Huh?
They argued for a while.
What?
The tape,
no, man,
the tape make it seem like it was like that.
No, that was out there.
No, I got you, Reaper. I got you. Since you're not live, I got you. I got your back, brother. I'm a respond to this nigga like you. Oh, nah, fuck that shit, nigga. You gonna come after the Reaper? You gonna come after the Reaper? You better learn how to pay your own bills, nigga. Get out your mama's house, nigga. Keep it 1,000, nigga. You probably smell like sauerkraut and dick cheese, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Reaper, keep it 1,000. You over there talking about Reaper, a clown. Well, you the one with the red nose or whatever. You motherfucker over there talking about my teeth, bitch ass nigga. You don't know shit about the Reaper. I keep it 1,000 and you keep it 1 minus 1, nigga. Don't ever come to the Reaper talking that shit, nigga. Reaper, keep it 1,000. Motherfucker. You acting
all night, Annie.
You acting like a woman.
Got to a point. That's why when I was to the side, I was doing this. I was like, because they done went into each other's face so many times. I'm like, I'm standing there like this. So when it pop off, we ain't do that because they finally go to the. But I'm like, I ain't finna get in the middle of it no more because these niggas ain't finna do nothing. I was finna go home. I was headed to the house. I was like, man, I'm finna go. But I'm like, my stupid ass stayed to say that nigga.
Damn. And y'all was into
you know how many niggas told me, said, nigga, you crazy. Boy, your loyalty is fucked up. Boy, you too loyal to a nigga. They like, boy, you should have left that nigga where he was. Why in the fuck would you try to say that nigga? You into it with that nigga.
But you didn't.
Nigga, I'm standing there, and boy, that nigga go up there and do that to the bed. I said, oh, shit. So I go grab him, try to grab him. Nigga, I done slipped it. If you see that little nigga, that was me.
You failed.
Yeah, I done failed. I got slippery ass shoes on.
But yeah.
I done grabbed, I said, man, what the fuck are you doing?
And slip.
Yo.
Damn.
Man.
You would have thought there was a banana peel on the ground. Money Mar said, nah, if a man had the opportunity to crack your mama's cakes and also did sexual things with her, then just leave that man alone, brother. Embarrassment from that beef isn't worth it, homie. Well, Corey said he didn't smash his mom, and now Corey's saying he did smash his mom. This is another reason why I wish Miss Jonay would just be like, nah, that nigga ain't do shit. I know certain generations are different. She probably doesn't see the need to go to the internet. But like I said, Corey will say things and his base will run with it as fact. And we gotta settle that in some way, shape, or form. And honestly, I feel like this: even if Corey did crack cheeks, why would Marcus have to shut up talking about Corey if Corey is continuously throwing shots and subliminals? See, people get it confused. Just because you're not saying nobody's name doesn't mean you're not fully describing specific people when talking about them, which gives somebody the right to respond, especially if they feel like it's them that you're talking about. Who else do we know on 5150 who lived with their mother? Who else? Put them in the chat. I'll give you $100 right now if you can tell me anybody else who was a co-host on 5150, a regular co-host who lived with their mother and drove Uber and had sweaty armpits. Yeah. All right. That's what I thought.
And bro,
do you hate that? And after that, y'all still got back to where y'all didn't need that. What year was that?
That was 2020. That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 20.
And y'all went right back into arguing with each other. Why do you think y'all go back and forth like this?
Man, cause it's an old senile man.
He's a lot older than you.
He a lot older than me. He damn near 60.
And you over here, you need to respect your elders, man. Let's be real. I know your elders got upset. Your elders, you niggas. The OGs got to get some respect. That's the problem.
I did. I went too far.
You disrespecting the elders.
I went too far.
You gonna get your ass in trouble.
I went too far respecting it. I gave him too much room.
So now you hadn't talked to him. You wouldn't be willing to sit down with him or nothing?
Who now?
Yeah. Nah. It's over with.
Nah. Oh my. No. He did some spicy shit.
Some more shit.
Yeah. He had my cousin. Even though we didn't argue and shit. We ain't because you talk about me every week. You talk about me subliminally every week, even after that fact.
Wow.
Talk about me subliminally every week. So one day he had my cousin to come do a video with him, and he did like a Shannon Sharp parody or something, and my cousin played a gay role. He played the gay. I ain't never known that nigga to do that.
Wow.
He played the what's the Shannon, his assistant? Yeah,
the dude to be with him.
He was dancing and shit, like he was twerking and shit on us. I said, wait a minute. He ain't told me shit. And Me and this nigga ain't.
Cool.
Even if you don't know if you ain't calling and say, hey, y'all straight or nothing like that. So.
You went over there twerking with this nigga.
Yeah, you done went over,
Twerking, over there twerking.
Yeah.
So your cousin ain't no twerking ass nigga like that.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, hold on.
So you see nigga twerking.
Well, listen, well, wait a minute. What the fuck you doing? What?
I could tell Marcus is still hurt by that. It's very clear Marcus is still hurt by what Chad did, and it's understandable. We in a heated beef right now. And you my cousin. You're not just a best friend of mine, somebody I came up with, or somebody I met when I came out to California. You my cousin, nigga. What are you doing? That nigga hit you up to do some shit. You supposed to be like, hey man, out of respect. And on top of that, I don't even think Chad got paid for that shit. He was up there shaking cheeks for free. He dressed up as a nigga named what was the nigga's nickname? Something with a dick in it or something like that. The guy's nickname who was with Shannon Sharp, who Shannon Sharp had going around with him, the stylist. Dick Print or some shit like that. This nigga's name was Dick Print. Oh my God, Chad. You can never live that down, brother. You can never live that down. I'm sorry. I fuck with Chad too, but that was egregious.
That nigga, he was trying to nah.
That's what it is.
He was trying to build a relationship with that nigga. I guess he was. I don't know. I don't fucking know. You say it wasn't about the money.
And I said it then, and I'm gonna say it again. Corey being the guy who is vehemently against Hollywood and them pulling gay shit on you, participated in a man doing gay activity for the camera. Think about that. Think about that. Corey is responsible for that. Corey is responsible for cosplaying a Hollywood executive who asked a straight man to play a gay character, something that Corey is against. Take it how you want. Pause.
How did that affect you? That's your cousin. That ain't you.
Man, because nigga, you do a podcast with me every week. You next to me. Everybody know me and this nigga don't fuck with each other.
And now he messed your podcast up is what you thinking.
It ain't really mess it up because, you know what I'm saying? I should
go back and
Corey won? Corey won by doing the very thing that he has been speaking against for years? How's that winning? If anything, that showed how contradicting he is and how much of a hypocrite he is and how much he's willing to play the game with Hollywood that he's been telling y'all that he doesn't want to play. I don't know how that's a win, but hey, man, I respected money.
But I addressed it because I found out on the podcast, niggas was in the comments like, hey,
yo,
man, your
ass co-host.
Your cousin. I was like, what the fuck is they talking about? And that's when he told me about it.
He's like, yeah, I twerk for him.
I twerk for him. And then
what the fuck?
But that nigga weird. He used to always say flirting shit to Chad though. Like,
I think he
wanted to see that anyway.
So what did you after that? You you didn't have that was the straw that broke the camel's back. The twerking cousin.
Well, it was like, man, nigga, I know what you doing. I know what you trying to do. You trying to like, oh, I can use your family against you type shit. Like, I know you playing, and you trying to play in my face, right? For real. That's what you really doing. You know what I'm saying? And then some happened not too long ago, and the nigga brought that up.
So he knew he got your ass.
And said that, and nigga said that. He was like, nigga, I'll get your family to come over here and
start twerking.
Yeah.
Wow, you like hit me again. That nigga still on this shit.
So let me
ask you this. Was you surprised when you seen Vlad and him hanging out?
No.
Once again, I don't know how this doesn't make him a part of the so-called elite class of people that will use their power and privilege and money to make people do things that they necessarily wouldn't do themselves. Once again, if you speak out against stuff like this and say how bad it is and how much it is ruining Hollywood and ruining the entertainment business, you doing it yourself, to me, is not a W.
Thought they wasn't cool.
No, but that nigga is not a consistent nigga. And who he is. That nigga so wishy-washy, bro. That nigga let me tell you something. As much as that nigga speak out against Hollywood, and he want to be Hollywood. He'll tell you. He been saying that lately. I'm ready to go and do this. I'm ready to go and do this. He done broke down because he old.
See, I'm old, nigga. Don't do that.
No, he don't know.
No, nigga, I don't like that shit. Nah, nigga, you gotta come and talk about old ass
Some niggas get old and solid. Listen to me.
Oh, that nigga old, so I'm old. When he get mad at me, that nigga old over there.
But listen to me though.
I ain't that old.
Some niggas get old and mushy. Some niggas get old and solid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're solid, you're solid.
Right.
It ain't no get solid.
Yeah.
No. If you a solid nigga, you just a solid nigga.
But it showed inconsistency. I mean, he had inconsistency in his character anyway. Like, it was a lot of shit that he would say and do and say he would do and all this shit, and then when it came down to it, that nigga folded.
Where it said double.
When I see Stephen A. Smith, boy, I'm gonna put a hand on the nigga. Every week, he had seen Stephen A. Smith took a picture with a chicken in his hand. Like that. This the type of nigga we did, and we know this. We know that he ain't no nigga that's gonna stand on nothing that he say, but niggas give him the pass because for years he preached about all this real nigga shit, and he came off as a representative.
Wow. So do you think and I'm gonna get y'all up here, but because you got a show tonight?
Yep.
Where at?
Punchline.
You had Punchline tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You finna go over there and kill it?
Yeah, if we go to that cat right.
I sure wish I could get over there, but we gotta go out of town. Boy, I sure would. Next time you come to town, you don't call me. I'm gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna be worse than Corey Holcomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think Corey on your ass.
Y'all be mic drop August. I think.
August what?
It's either 13th or the 19th.
Okay, we gonna be back from Hawaii by then. We getting ready to go to Hawaii. Me and the wife.
19th, August 19th.
Okay, that's my son's birthday. I bring him out there for the birthday of my son. I called and this was wrong for asking for a little bit more bread over there with Vlad, looking from the outside looking in.
I mean, you got to think about this.
Everybody else getting paid.
This is the way I look at it. Like, when you think about Vlad TV, what interviews are you thinking of? Like, what interviews stands out? Like, what names stand out for Vlad?
Let's get this off the screen. We done did this for an hour. Let's get to it, because honestly, I do want to get to the D situation. I want to play that, but just to segue off of this, Marcus is more than qualified to speak on Corey whenever he wants to speak on Corey, whether he brings it up on his podcast or whether he is in an interview and they ask him about it. Because the logic don't make sense. There's no logic in that. When you say, oh, you got to talk about Corey, that's the same thing they say about me. Oh, you got to talk about Corey all the time. Corey talks about other people all the time. The only reason why y'all think it's okay is because he's famous and he has more either money or more notoriety or whatever he has more of is the reason why y'all look at it as real nigga shit to talk about everybody in the book and put labels on them, put narratives on them, claim that they're this and that. But if people are doing that to Corey, then all of a sudden it's y'all got to do this, y'all got to do that. You can't talk about nothing else. You can't. Y'all got to quit with the narrative in that in the rhetoric. This type of stuff, like, I'm reacting to whatever's going on. I have my own opinion. I'm reacting to it, whatever. If a nigga get mad at me for talking about him, I understand. It's whatever. I'm choosing to do this. Marcus was actually a part of the 5150 show. Marcus was actually around Corey for years. Marcus has every right to speak on Corey however many times he wants, whenever he wants. He could talk about Corey every goddamn episode he wants. If I was him, I'd crash out once a week just to get the YouTube back end on it, just because it makes people mad. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody is bringing it up in interviews, he has every right to talk about it. You can't dictate that. I'm sorry. Now, let's get to this. Let's get to the D situation, man. We got to get to the D situation. Last night on the 5150 show, while trying to disparage Godfrey, see, Corey brought up Godfrey in a manner that was just really, really distasteful. It really kind of showed more of Corey's true colors because of how he moved. I just don't I don't agree with how he's treating this Godfrey situation, mainly because Godfrey's not responding with disrespect or calling Corey or labeling Corey this or trying to get people to think Corey's a certain way. Honestly, he doesn't have to. Corey's doing a great job of showing it himself. And I don't know how you can't see that and realize that you're being led down whatever road Corey is choosing to lead you down because you're a brainless follower. You're somebody who is blindly following a nigga who is just saying a bunch of shit about a person when he can't actually back those statements up with actual facts. He can just say, well, I knew these guys back in the day, and this is what I think. Godfrey refuses to shit on Corey in any interview or on his own platform. Yes, he has had people on his show that have had things to say about Corey, but that's their right. He's not muzzling people. You say how you feel about Corey. Did he jump in and be like, yeah, I agree that Corey's a bitch and Corey he might be gay? No. He let people say what they want to say because Corey being somebody who I would assume is all about this free speech, because he does seem like a very avid free speech guy where he doesn't want to be muzzled. He wants to say what's on his mind. But when people say what's on their mind about him, they get labeled a certain way. Godfrey, in my opinion, has always displayed himself to be a respectable guy and somebody who I believe is honest in his opinions about things. That doesn't mean that Godfrey can't be wrong. That doesn't mean that Godfrey isn't somebody who may stick to his African roots more than his American roots or whatever the case may be. He can be criticized just like anybody else. But if you pay attention to the pattern of things, clearly, Corey has been trying to shift narratives until something sticks. And now he has found the word tether. And now he's going to use that because he sees that everybody is backing that and not his bullshit narrative of, oh, Godfrey is gay and Godfrey, he just is a fake nigga because he had people talking about me, but nobody else has called Godfrey fake but me, so he must be fake as shit. I've never heard anybody call Godfrey fake or say that he was one way in front of them and different behind the scenes. Only Corey. And his only example of it, because even when he talks about him knowing Godfrey back in the days, please pay attention to the fact that he's never brought up an example of Godfrey being fake or acting a certain way, but not acting another back in the day. He said, oh, I knew his brother. I was closer with him, but you know, Godfrey would act a certain way when his brother would hang out with us. What did he say? What did he say? What did he do to make you feel that way? Or are you just going back to moments where you think you can have the one up and say, oh, back in the day, he just didn't like me hanging out with his brother. And I think it was because I was a Black American. Huh? Godfrey was the guy that put you on your first open mic stage. And now all of a sudden it went from giving him props over the years to, oh, he just put me up there because he thought I was going to bomb. and I did great. How can somebody not hear that and be like, well, why didn't you treat him as such for the past, I don't know how many years you've known him? Why did you wait until y'all had a falling out to try to say that he's always been a certain way? Once again, you're calling somebody the fakest person in the world, yet you're displaying being fake. Makes no sense. Let's see. What do y'all got to say? Let's see. Marcus was on the show full time for only 4 years. Okay. Joe said Jody says Corey looked like he was mad at Craig that one time. Craig said Tony Baker was a good dude after Corey said Tony said he was a messy to his face. If you guys remember, did Corey react to Craig the way that he reacted to Darlene last night when he said that? Do you think Corey was like, oh, okay, motherfucker, then be down, motherfucker. If you with that motherfucker, then go with that motherfucker. Don't be over here with me. Do you think he reacted that way with Craig? No, because he has a respect for people that he believes is physically or who he is physically inferior to. That's what I believe. That's what I've gathered over the years. Is he brings up people being big in person and him not wanting no problems with people. So I could only assume that he doesn't want problems with people who he feels physically inferior to, which goes for most people in the world. If you see somebody you think that could whoop your ass, like if I walk down the street and saw Mike Tyson, I'm not finna antagonize that nigga because I know he can beat my ass at the tender age of 60 something. So it's just common sense. Leo Core said, nah, pay attention to Godfrey. He has been fake before. People have called him out on being fake other than Corey. All right, give me some examples so I know. DJ says, man, this show is trash. Who has a YouTube page to hate on another man? I don't know. Ask Corey Holcomb, you dumbass nigga. they always get themselves into this shit. I was going to skip that comment because it was too easy, but I just had to put it up. Leo Core says, it's little things. He will say all this stuff that sounds like he's on the side of black people, but I promise you anyone can do that and not really be for black people. I know that. I'm not saying that he's exempt. Like I said before, I've said it before where, I understand that when it comes to people of different lineage, you can't just put all your eggs in one basket with them thinking that they fully with the people. But he has displayed having black people's backs and using his platforms to speak out against things when it comes to supporting black people, and I salute that. So whatever happens behind the scenes with personal people, like personal relationships, him being quote unquote fake to people, I don't know about. But what I've seen in the public is him speaking out against white supremacy, certain systems, speaking out in favor of black people in this country, standing with black people in this country and standing with certain things that are happening, i.e. the Vlad thing. And it's funny because, Corey Holcomb stands did a full 180 when it came to Vlad. They hated that nigga. And as soon as Corey said, nah, it's cool, everybody's like, well, I guess it's cool. Like, that's the type of hive minds that hang out over in that area. He said T.I. called him fake. Oh, well, T.I. called him fake because he had a comedy show and Godfrey, what was the story? Godfrey didn't want him to go up on stage or something about him not wanting to go up stage, but Godfrey addressed that stuff. Damn, what are we saying here? What's going on in the comments, man? He said, but does he have a whole page dedicated to just one person? I'm looking at all the videos and it's just Corey. Oh, well, you're new here then. This page started because I talked about 5150. First live on this video ever is of 5150. It's a reaction channel that is based around reviewing things that happen in the 5150 world, whether it be Corey, Marcus, Craig, Darlene, Zoe, whatever. Mainly been about Corey and things going on 5150 because just a very entertaining train wreck. So I've already expressed the fact that I make a lot of videos about 5150. It's not a surprise. So I get that you're new here, but yeah, Corey doesn't have to dedicate his show to one person because he has many people he talks about all the time. The same people and the same women, same gay people, the same comics, the same everything. I mean, you don't have to have a channel that's dedicated to one person when it's very clear what you're going to talk about. I bet you next Tuesday, how about this? I'll give you a random guess what next week is going to be about. Ain't shit women, people that are hating on him. He's probably going to bring up Tasha K. He's probably going to bring up an AI video of Anton Daniels and him punking him or something like that. He's probably going to talk about Marcus again. I mean, it's very easy to know what he's going to talk about every week because he talks about the same thing every week. But he keeps you guys entertained talking about the same thing every week. If you're not entertained over here, you don't have to be here. You really don't. You really don't have to be here. It's not. I'm not keeping you here. But anything positive? Well, give me some positive things that happened on 5150. How about that? Give me 5 things that have happened positively on 5150, and I'll let you go all the way back to last year. Give me 5 things, brother. Give me 5 things, 5 positive things that have happened on 5150 that is newsworthy, commentary worthy, reaction worthy, something I can make a video about. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna give you a test. Shout out to Sean Mims for the $4.99 in the super chat. He said 50-50 is hard. 5150 is hard to watch. I just wait on you. He never said Reggie staying with a man was wrong. Yeah, I know. If Reggie had a roommate, but you know he was a real nigga, then why you get mad at people for having roommates? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm allowing myself to respond to certain things, and we need to get to this video because we've been here for an hour and a half. Let's get to Corey and Darlene's back and forth and him talking about Godfrey. Listen here.
Who Tariq is calling foundational Black Americans. And he's going to come on the show eventually to talk about this because I just think it's fascinating that he made this point. And he used the word tether. And this word has gotten under the skin of Godfrey. I mean, people who fit the description of this perfectly. Listen, man, what does that say? Tether. A Black person who moved from Africa or the Caribbean to the United States and pretends to be a Black American native to the country. Often they take anti-Black white.
I said name 5 things, not type 5 words. This nigga said he brought up Rizza Islam. I said give me 5 things, 5 examples of positive things, not 5 words, my brother. Bring them up.
From his viewpoints, despite being Black.
That's all the DoorDash.
You say that's the DoorDash niggas, right? I mean, like, this is the point I'm trying to make. I knew Godfrey before any of this Hollywood. Godfrey grew up with me knowing him and his brother more. His brother Dan was more of a friend to me. And I think Dan always had good intentions by people. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm not saying this with no spite or malice. Godfrey and people like Godfrey. All I know is them smiling with us to get what comes.
Should I talk about that? Should we bring that up too? Because I mean, I do work tomorrow, but we can stay up for a little while, right? It's only what time is it? It's 8:30. We can stay up for a little while. If you guys want me to look at some videos from the Mob James cross-examination, we could do that too, because I did watch some of that. That was funny as hell.
Comes with being with us, but when they're in their group or groups of other people, they make sure they let it be known. Oh, I'm this. I'm not that. This is all I know. I'm not making this up. And it's not just him. I'm saying when they are in their surroundings, they want to make sure they blend in with us because they look like us. Hey, what's up, brother? Takata. But that's what they say when they in their group. What are we? What do they call us? Takata. And I'm saying, like, this is a elephant in the room that has never really been dealt with. What do we do about these people that smile with us when they are allowed to be around us? And then when they get in their groups, they're against us. In fact, they will get with the establishment over us.
They will get with the establishment over us, huh? Well, I can say that Corey is speaking some truth about some people, but I will say it's not applying to Godfrey, because unlike Corey, Godfrey stood on business when it came to somebody like DJ Vlad. See, Godfrey isn't going to open his platform to the oppressors so that they can openly disrespect and demean other Black entertainers and artists just so you can get some views and get an opportunity to go over there and have them use you for content as well. Godfrey had people on his podcast that had an opinion about you. And because you felt like he should have nipped it in the bud or defended you, you feel like Godfrey is the enemy now. But in reality, now you're trying to switch over people's opinions about him because you know you won't win the people over just by saying, oh, Godfrey had people talk about me. Now you have to run with the Tether thing and the, oh, he's African and really not Black and really against Black people narrative to help win your side.
Most of the times they do it when they're not in your face. They'll make sure they establish themselves as something else. But when they're around you, hey, brother, my brother, all that
I like God. I mean,
I'm sure you do.
I don't have anything against God.
Do what you have to do to maintain your friendship with Godfrey.
It's not have to. I just do. I like Godfrey,
and that's good.
And I don't even have a close friendship with him, but I like him. I've known him from just coming on the show and stuff. But
I like Mimi.
Oh, we know you do.
Yeah.
That's some petty ass shit. I like Mimi. Like he really felt disrespected by D saying I like Godfrey. He's cool. All right, let's see the 5 things DJ brought up. DJ said he opened the door for everyone in his show to do comedy and help get recognition. You don't think he's putting money in the pockets of the people in his production? Hey man, give it up. Give it up, man.
So I'm just saying, it's like it is what it is.
What does that have to do with anything? Wow.
You said you like that man. I like Mimi. I want to make sure that point is out there because it's the same way you put that point out there about Godfrey. I like Mimi. Okay. Mimi cool as
clear, but why did you say that though? You're not saying
because you said you like Godfrey.
Right, but what's wrong with that?
Nothing. What's wrong with me saying I like Mimi?
Why did you say it is why I'm asking?
I just said it because you made it your point to say you like Godfrey.
Right, because
it's my point to say I like Mimi.
Because I'm not just gonna sit here and just not say anything because I do.
I think you should.
Because I do.
In fact, I really think you should.
Godfrey. I like Godfrey's comedy. I like him as a person. That's all I know about him.
That's good. Yeah. I'm glad you do. But I really think you should call Godfrey and make sure he knows that you feel that way and tell him about things you go through.
He does because
you know what I'm saying. Godfrey is good for that. He smiles good with you. But I think if you are around him, you'll find out what you need to know.
I think low key slick side of the game. When Corey said, I think you should call Godfrey and tell him what you're going through because Darlene probably calls on Corey when she needs some help. And because that's her brother, he's going to always hold Darlene down. So to hear Darlene say, I like Godfrey, I like him as a person, I still like his comedy after Corey going in on him, I could kind of understand him feeling a certain way about it. But how he went about it, he low-key letting us know, like, yeah, calling that nigga where you need help. Because he gonna reiterate it a little bit later. You gonna listen, man, Corey has never beaten the yes man allegations. I mean, those are the only people that he wants around him. Clearly, as you can see, D, all she said was that she still liked Godfrey, just to make the distinction, because just like when people on Godfrey's show say things about Corey in a negative way, Corey will contribute that to how Godfrey feels. She doesn't want to have him feeling that same way about her, so she makes the distinction. I still like Godfrey, even though y'all have issues. I still like Godfrey. But see, Corey isn't mature enough in his brain to be like, okay, that's cool, whatever, and separate the two. What he did was got childish and brought up Mimi. And when she's asking why he brought it up, he's not man enough to say, I brought it up to be petty. She brought it up because it was part of the actual subject at hand. But Corey is he's just childish.
Because look, this is, I swear to God, I'll show y'all my notes. This is in my notes right now.
I ain't beefing with nobody. When somebody has just done their, how you say, worn their welcome or done something, I'm just move on. Life goes on. I don't be beefing with nobody.
Dee's an angel.
Look,
I'm done.
let me tell you something. This is my notes right here for the show today. If somebody is a friend of somebody I don't with, this is how I really feel. If somebody is a friend of somebody I don't with, go with them. That's how I really feel. If it's somebody I don't fuck with, I'm not saying somebody who I don't agree with or whatever, but I'm talking about if I don't fuck with a motherfucker, it ain't my job to tell somebody, oh, go.
I love this question. I absolutely love this question. This question gets asked to me or gets brought to my attention every once in a while because people think that Corey is the only source of content on YouTube or anything, that the only source to react to. Let me tell you something. I am choosing to talk about 5150 and Corey every week. I'm choosing to. All right. If you look at the numbers on this channel, they don't do crazy numbers like everybody else that talks about multiple subjects. Please understand that I could do the same thing and get multiple views times whatever on the videos compared to Corey talking about somebody else who is definitely more popular and more and gets more traction in the algorithms. Corey is like, he feeds the algorithm. That's a fact. But there's so many other things to talk about and so many other people to talk about and so many other things to react to that I don't think people understand that, like, that's not a this either. I can talk about whatever. I could post videos about whatever. My highest viewed video on this platform has nothing to do with Corey. It's not a video about Corey. That's why I love when people bring this up, because then they have to back out. They have to go to my videos and look at the most popular video on my channel and be like, damn, this nigga right. It's an algorithm thing, man. You have like, and this is not me coming at you sideways either, because for the most part you have been respectful, even though you disagree. And I fuck with people like that. I fuck with people that can come here, disagree, and we can have back and forth, and then, you know, whatever. We can agree to disagree, whatever. But for this whole thing, YouTube makes you stick to your niche. It'll take me having to do a couple months of low numbers to get into the algorithm of talking about somebody else. It can happen. I have the subscribers and I have the traction to do so, but being in the algorithm and continuing to be pushed through the algorithm, you have to do certain things and you have to stick to a certain thing. And because this channel started and has continued to review 5150, this is the main thing we talk about, and this is the main thing people pull up for. So I said I wouldn't explain that again, but whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be around that person. That's whole shit.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, if I have somebody who's saying they my friend and they know it's somebody I don't with, it is my personal preference that you go with them. I say that to any motherfucker on this planet. Go with that nigga. To any motherfucker that's around me who know I don't with somebody, don't be with that motherfucker. I say that to anybody. I say that to my kids. If my kids around somebody I don't with, I'll be like, go live with that motherfucker. I stand on that. I never take that away from nothing. That's how I'm cut. I'm not finna, look, if I got a homie that motherfucking is hanging with a nigga I done fell out with, I'm not gonna be mad at him. I'm just gonna tell him, look, homie, go fuck with that nigga. Man, I just went to his birthday party. It was his birthday party. Well, be at that nigga party. Don't come around me after you through with that. Come around me talking about that nigga.
That's the thing. I don't talk about. I'm just saying. I just couldn't sit here and just say no.
Mother
I
that
guys
nigga and
comedy.
anybody down with him. You heard me? Mother that nigga. That nigga had that fat bitch on that show talking shit. Nigga, I ain't said half the shit I know. I asked the question and ain't now one of them niggas answer the question about who you used to motherfucking be with on some motherfucking. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it right, because I ain't got to drop no name. I asked the man, he said somebody was his mentor. I'm curious about that mentor relationship, because I'm in the motherfucking streets enough to know what a motherfucker is on that mentor shit. Somebody say Corey hurt. Hell yeah, Corey hurt, motherfucker. When a nigga is too scared to stand up there and say how he really feel, but bring other people around to say how they really feel, people that don't like me, I don't expect everybody to understand that. Y'all motherfuckers, shit. Man, listen, this is what I'm saying to you. I watch motherfuckers real carefully. If you got the motherfucker that I don't fuck with around you, fuck you too, motherfucker. Remember I said that. If the person around you is somebody that I got issues with, fuck you too.
Wow, man. So I wonder how Dee felt about all of that. Really inside, I wonder how she. That is a real question for me. I do honestly want to know what be going through Dee's head. Is she just at a point where she knows that stuff is going to happen and he's going to pretty much regret? Maybe she knows that he does that for the camera and for his audience, so that they can believe that he is a, real alpha male nigga that's gonna say what he want to say to a woman, and really put her in check and put her in line. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, it's gonna be, I love you, D. You know what I'm saying? It just hurt me. Like, it seems like he comes to his senses when those cameras are off. Also, he's a lot better on other people's platforms than he is on his own. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Corey is A1 pure gold on other people's platforms. When he's in interviews with other people, Corey is, I'm talking about, it's amazing. Great. He don't miss. He's more upbeat. His personality is more like he really is performing, like he's being the entertainer that he is. I don't know why he doesn't do that on his own platform. I really don't. Like, it's been a while since I have consistently laughed through a 5150 show. Like, do y'all remember the days when literally from start to finish, your ass will be dying laughing off everything? Even if he talking shit about people, you knew that it was like he was joking, or it just was funny. The delivery to me made it seem like he was actually enjoying what he was doing. Nowadays, it does really come off extremely bitter and extremely hurt. And there's no, like, it's just no laughing behind. You can't really laugh at it because it's like, damn, this nigga's going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the most diehard 5150 fans that don't think Corey does no wrong, I'm sure y'all can agree with me. 5150 was a lot funnier some years back, but when the more notoriety the show got, because you got to understand, 5150 was its own section of people where everybody that came there understood the agenda. They understood what was happening. They understood what Corey was doing, and it was like a pack of people that had their own shit. This is where we come into to hear some real shit, some funny shit, some logical shit. We got Zoe over here, we got Freeze over here, we got D over here, we probably got Bobby over here, maybe Grady over here. You know what I mean? Like, it was a nice fluctuation of reoccurring co-hosts who people loved and appreciated their contributions. And now it's like he's just trying to fill the seats so it won't be so empty up there. Because people hate these two niggas that's down the way from Corey and D. I don't know much about Marv. He seems like a cool guy. He doesn't really add much to the show. He's kind of just there, and he'll like say a couple things, very low tone also. But like Von, and like I say, I don't think Von's a bad guy, dude. I don't think Von's a bad guy at all. What I think is Von is at a point where he realizes, okay, I'm on a big platform now. I don't know what he's done. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong about this, but just based off of how I feel like he's acting on the show, he's never been in front of an audience like this. He's never been in front of the cameras like this on a major podcast. And hold on, I got to sneeze. Sorry, I didn't want y'all to hear that. And it seems like he's trying his hardest to stay in Corey's good graces while on that show, which is why he will piggyback off of everything in agreement. And he will try to get a couple jokes off, but them jokes don't be landed. And it's because they seemed forced. And what I mean by that is he can't say a joke or put a joke in the atmosphere without calling on Corey, because he needs pre-validation and post-validation for what he's about to say. Am I in the ballpark, or am I just talking shit just to talk shit? Because that's how it seems. And now I think he's starting to, because he's been on the show for a few weeks now, he's starting to build this false sense of camaraderie because he feels chosen by Corey. So now he feels like he's a part of the fold. Now he's a part of 5150's history. Now this nigga's talking about, oh, when niggas see us, they got to kiss the ring. What? What ring, nigga? And then wanting to like fight Corey's battles for him or check other people's temperature for Corey. I don't think Von has beef with nobody. So to insert yourself in other niggas' beefs like that is kind of wild. This ain't the situation with Marcus where a nigga is trying to press Corey and you step in and try to protect. You are just going out of your way. Like his story when he was talking about whoever was out there at the comedy club, I think it was Marcus, I don't know. But he said he had to go up there, and he went up there first. He didn't go with Corey. He went up there first and wanted to check people's temperature on behalf of another man who could have came up there and did it himself. And I'm not just trying to put that on Corey like, oh, he should go do it himself. This is a nigga that said he went up there when he heard Hannibal Buress was up at a comedy club just to check the temperature himself. And that nothing happened. So if Corey can go and check his own temperature, why the fuck is you doing it for him? And what satisfaction do you get out of that? I think a lot of niggas get into that position and automatically feel like something can't happen to you. Like a fallout can't happen, or that this nigga will just get annoyed and stop having you come up because you're not contributing or you're making the 5150 chat not like you. Now, this ain't a Precise situation. Precise was just enough obnoxious for people to be like, nigga, shut the fuck up, but also laugh because it was so obnoxious. Like, there's things about people that are natural where you know that's just them and you either accept it or you don't. Precise was somebody where it was easy to be like, nigga. But also the way he contributed to the show as far as singing on records and all this other stuff, niggas tolerated that. I don't see Von bringing anything to the table. I'm sorry. I really don't. That can change. I could be wrong. Von could step his game up and start saying funny shit and have people laughing and win the crowd. You never know. I mean, it started like that with Marcus. Marcus was somebody who I remember people were like, oh, this country ass nigga, oh, he ain't saying much. Because Marcus was a little quiet at first. He wasn't really popping off like that. But then he started getting comfortable and he started kind of winning over some people with his jokes and, you know, little goofy freestyles and leaning into the fact that, oh, well, my armpit's sweaty. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, there were certain things he was embracing, which kind of gives off the thing where if you embrace your flaws, man, what can people say about you? And I think that also applies for Corey because he's quick to tell people about himself that really, I mean, anybody calling him a hypocrite or whatever the case may be, he's like, all right, I said I'm a hypocrite. What do you want from me? Yeah, Von's laugh is horrendous, man. Von's laugh. I said this on the other video talking about Von, that the difference between him and Craig, because Von laughs at his jokes immediately. The difference between him and Craig is that Craig's laugh complements his joke. And also his joke is usually funny. So when you have somebody who's already funny, and also he has the type of laugh that will make you laugh even more, that's like damn near a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Von doesn't have that. Von has the, I'm going to say a joke that doesn't land and laugh at like, the nigga sounds like, what's the nigga name from Don't Be a Menace? His name wasn't Wills. What was it? What was the nigga's name? What was that nigga's name from Don't Be a Menace in the wheelchair? Yeah. That's who Von sound like. Von sound like that nigga from Don't Be a Menace. Crazy Legs, that's his name. Sound like fucking Crazy Legs. Yeah. That's what I think about. And it's unfortunate because people need some sort of supplement when it comes to Craig not being on the show. And honestly, I don't know. This is maybe something that Corey needs to realize, that he needs to do something more for his audience, the people that mess with him, and stop focusing on the people that don't mess with you or hate on you or have something negative to say. Start listening to your chat room goons who have suggestions about the show. You know what I mean? Like, there was a point where he was kind of doing that and kind of like listening to people. But at the same time, Corey's the type of guy who I believe thinks he knows exactly what he's doing. And he doesn't need suggestions. He doesn't need people to give him any pointers on how to improve his show. And I think that's part of his downfall. And that's why I think that the 5150 show is on its way to an actual decline. Not just numbers wise, but just the fact that it's going to be coming to a wrap at some point. Because, I mean, it might get to a point where it's just a camera and Corey and a microphone and him just talking. I don't know why I feel that way. I don't want it to be like that. I'm not preying on its downfall. I'm not wishing that the 5150 show ended, but I feel like it's coming to that point. Once these two niggas have they run and it don't go nowhere, if it don't go nowhere as far as them being consistent and contributing to the show, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not wishing bad, man. So for anybody that thinks I'm wishing or hoping that 5150 fails or that it ends, I'm not wishing that, but I also am being realistic about it, man. You can see when certain things just isn't working anymore. And you can have all the supporters in the world, but if you're not delivering for that audience, it's just going to continue to decrease. That's really all I got to say about that, man. GMS fam, the green room. Oh, did you guys Did you guys want me to watch some of this this Mob James interview? I don't know, man. We've been here. What time is this? 9 o'clock? Oh, shit. Should I do it? Should we watch some of it? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know. Y'all ready to go? Are y'all ready to go? Let's see. You said you are young. I am. Are you talking about me? Me being young? What up, George? I've seen it already. Yep. Dang. Come on, please. No. Do it. Should I do it? All right. Fuck it. We'll do it. We'll watch some of this stuff. We'll see what I can scrounge up. This is the first video I seen though on Twitter when they were like Mob James was getting riled up. Just
at the time you live in Compton, you go back to Compton and you tell us that there was a lot of tension. Was there? Can you describe that for us when you went back in terms of what kind of tension we're talking about?
You sure you want me to answer that?
Is it going to be graphic?
No, I ain't gonna. I got to raise the word in it, but you asked me a question. I don't. And what I explained to them, I don't want to send him to prison.
Sure.
Even though we don't like each other.
Sure.
I don't want to send you to prison.
Keefy D looking at that nigga like, you better not send me to prison, motherfucker. You'll spend the rest of my life on some shit I was clout chasing about. Nigga, I don't know who killed Tupac for real. I was just saying that shit on podcast so I can make money, goddammit.
So that's
ball nigga.
That's why I'm here where I'm at and where I am, because I changed my life. I'm raising my grandkids, teaching them never to be like their papa. And here I am explaining to people what I used to be. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. And you asking me questions that can hurt him. And like I told them, I'm trying to avoid to answer the questions that they might look at me and say, something is wrong.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me help you out with this.
Thank you.
So these people right here, what they want to know from you is, did you see who shot Tupac?
I told you no.
Correct. So outside of that question, right, the next question I'm asking you is, when you went back to Compton, was it like a Southside Crip shoots a Pyro Blood, and then a Pyro Blood shoots a Southside Crip? Is that the tension that we're talking about?
Do I answer this?
That's a straightforward question. It's a yes or no answer.
Okay.
Did you see that?
When I was a part of that, like I was a part of that. And I was, no, because you asking something that's gonna hurt this dude. And when okay, let me stop.
And once again, I want to emphasize
when we got back to Compton,
okay,
it was a gang war. People were getting hurt.
Okay.
People was being sought. People were looking for certain individuals from his neighborhood,
okay,
as well they did mine.
Okay.
But Orlando, him, and certain other people were being sorted because people wanted to kill them.
Sure. Were they the only ones that they wanted to kill?
Yo, Keefy D look bad than a motherfucker, man. Hold on. Keefy D. Keefy motherfucking D. Let me tell you something, brother, man. Let me add something to the screen for you. Every time he look into the camera, this is the first thing I see. I'm sorry, Keefy. I know you're going through a lot. I shouldn't be joking about this. Your life is on the line, okay? But I have to be honest. You put yourself in this situation, brother. You went around doing interviews explaining how you knew who shot Tupac and how you were a part of it. How am I supposed to feel bad for you, sir? I'm sorry.
Am I the only one up in here? No, they weren't the only one. It's his neighborhood in particular.
That's right.
But they were the main subjects of a gang war.
Is it because you a bald nigga?
It was in the middle, such as me.
So you're telling us that people back home somehow had some type of information that said that that guy, as a bunch of other people, were involved in what?
In the murder of Tupac.
Okay, but my question to you,
Stop.
Can you focus on me for a second, sir?
Yeah, I will.
And I apologize. I just want to make sure that we're clear, okay, for these people. In terms of that information, none of those people were there, right?
What people you be speaking on? The people that was already in the neighborhood, or the people that left Las Vegas that same night Tupac was shot to go home, bear their arms, and go to somebody else's neighborhood to look for somebody. They had to pay it back.
So once again, my question to you is that the information that I'm asking about is the people that back home, you're saying were eyewitnesses to this?
How could people back home be eyewitnesses to something that happened in Vegas? No, that's not what I'm saying.
The people that were here in listen to my question, sir. The people that were here in Las Vegas, you're telling me were eyewitnesses to what happened and went back home.
Said, nigga, just tell, goddamn.
Just answer my question, sir. Yes or no?
I can't answer that without a what you call it. You trying to tell me to say something that you're not going to understand. If you let me explain to you.
No, answer my question.
I'm not answering nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, focus for a second.
No, I am focused. Very
focus on this. My question to you is this. You didn't know what happened that night because you weren't there.
I was at 662.
Right. Do you know who was there?
I know everybody that was there.
Okay. Like who?
Talk to your lawyer, man. This dude is tripping.
Nigga said, talk to your lawyer, man. How you gonna look at Keefe in the eyes and say, talk to your lawyer, man? You are ruining. You are ruining this trial. You about to put this man in shackles. I'm not trying to say nothing to get this man in trouble. You don't even gotta say nothing, man. You don't have to say nothing. You saying that alone is letting the jury know that you have some information that might get this nigga jammed up. You letting them know that he may be guilty. You keep saying you not trying to say shit to get this nigga in trouble, and you're doing it. You're doing it. That shit is crazy to me, man.
I'm not gonna explain that. I can't answer that. Like I explained to everybody in here. You ask me something, I'm gonna be honest about. You ask me something I don't want to talk about, you're gonna have a problem. Treat me as a hostile witness. You're not gonna talk to me and tell me as a grown man what I have to do up here.
Did I hear that correctly? Let's go back. Did this nigga say treat me like a hostile witness?
I'm gonna explain that. I can't answer that. Like I explained to everybody in here. You ask me something, I'm gonna be honest about. You ask me something I don't want to talk about, you're gonna have a problem. Treat me as a hostile witness. You're not gonna talk to me.
Treat me as a hostile witness is insane work, Mr. Mob James. Excuse me, sir. All right, you know what? Let's finish this.
Tell me as a grown man what I have to do up here. I'm not finna send him to prison.
You already did.
You are.
So the accusation.
This nigga know he did too. Over there looking like a goddamn Wii Sports character. Keefe D, you fucked up, man. You see how the light is shining ever so gleefully on top of his dometry? This nigga, This nigga looked like a raisinette that got old, that grew old. Ain't nobody eat it. They just left it on the counter and it grew a gray beard and shit. This nigga look like a chocolate covered peanut. This nigga look like an aged Cocoa Puff. What the fuck is going on, man? This nigga look like a 70-year-old Snickers in a suit.
That was because of the fact that we're trying to ask you questions. You're blaming it on me.
You asking me questions. If I just answer your questions, we gonna have a problem in here, a misunderstanding, and you're asking me something that wouldn't be good for him.
Right. And once again, I just want to look. We're just trying to figure out who shot Tupac. You're telling us that you weren't there to see him. That's all I want to know. At the end of the day, that's it. Right?
Was I in the entourage when Tupac got shot? No.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Then I'm not going to speak on Orlando. Let me ask you something about yourself. There was a rumor that Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him. That
would have been your response if that happened.
Yeah. I'm being honest with you and everybody else. I said it on my podcast show. Him, Suge, and my brother. I'd have shot all three of them if he touched me. That's how I was living.
Why is that?
That's what I was back then.
And so is it fair to say that your reputation and your standing in the neighborhood would require you to do something if you're going to get punked by somebody like Tupac?
You don't have a choice, or you can't be there.
I'm sorry. We're doing some side talking. No, that's my fault. I asked, would that being in the life that you were, if somebody like Tupac is punking you, like by punching you in the face or something like that, you would have to retaliate, or you would lose your place in the neighborhood.
You would have to go back home and fight everybody that called you a punk. You would have to go. There's some rules that you roll with, and some rules you just got to handle. Certain things need to be dealt with, adjusted, living that life. And when I was living that life, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. It wasn't no, oh, you get a pass. No, I would have shot him.
Yikes. This nigga said, ain't no passes. I would have shot him. Yeah, man. Keefy D, you're cooked, sir. Your time is coming, and it's all part of the plan that you placed for yourself. This man wrote a book, then said that somebody else wrote the book for clout, and he had nothing to do with it. This nigga went on multiple interviews talking about how he was involved with something. It's very hard to get out of that when you have a case that's been cold for decades, man. And with a case like this that people are still invested in, like there's still diehard Tupac fans that want to know who killed Tupac. You can't go around saying that you was a part of it and think that, oh, I have immunity from this. See, KVD was very unaware of the type of immunity he had, and that's why he's in the situation he's in now. I don't know if anybody knows this, or, I mean, of course, some of y'all know this, but if some may not know, that is the reason why he's in the situation he's in now. For those who wondered why he went around saying all this stuff and incriminating himself, he thought that he was under some sort of immunity that made it so that he can't get in trouble for saying things. He thought it was a certain statute of limitations, which he was very wrong about. And I'm sure if he knew that, he wouldn't have been trying to make a living off of speaking about this shit. So it looks like Keefy D is going to get some time for this so that they can put this trial to rest, because I'm sure whoever has been working this case for however long they've been working it is probably tired of working it. And if niggas is out here telling on themselves, why the fuck won't you take the opportunity to hop on that? A proffer agreement. There we go. There we go. That's what he had. This nigga had a proffer agreement, and this was not immunity to help you from not getting into any trouble if you were to incriminate yourself. He didn't understand that. And this is why it's important for niggas in the streets to know the laws. The smartest person in the streets right now is somebody who's reading up on laws and knowing how to maneuver them and manipulate the system and whatever the case. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying, you somebody in the streets that's not doing right, at least read up on what you're not doing right and see how much time you get for this, the punishment for that, how many years you get for this, if this is even a jailable offense. There's certain things that I feel like street niggas should do or learn if they're going to be in this area. But, you know, a lot of these niggas don't think so. What can you say? Now, GMS Family Green Room, we have been here for over 2 hours, and I appreciate every single one of y'all that pulled up today. I'm glad I came back live. Please, on your way out, make sure you tap the like button, share it, hit the hype, all that. Go to the comment section. Let me know what you thought about today's show. I really appreciate every single one of y'all that came here and show love. Let me shout out the super chats. OG Mont, thank you for the 5. Sean Mims, thank you for the $4.99. Also, again, for the $4.99 in the super chat. And then just saying, you a hater. Is he gay since he talks about it every week? Exactly. You see, people never think of logic before they come on here and type things trying to get at me, knowing damn well it can be flipped around to the person that they're defending. That's why I take the time to respond, because I like making niggas look stupid when they come in here just talking crazy for no reason. It's a lot of illogical, no common sense using ass niggas on the internet that follow Corey and believe everything that Corey says. And that's okay. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Corey has a lot of loyal followers. Shout out to that. But what you're not going to do is convince me that you're not stupid. All right. Now, I got to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Let's cue this goddamn music up and let's get up out of here, man. Comment in the comment section. Let me know where you tuning in from. Shout your city out. I appreciate every single one of y'all. GMS, let's get to it. Shout your city out. Shout your city out. Shout your city out. Is Glendale a female name or male name? Glendale Acres. I'm trying to figure out if you a gilf or if you a nigga. I'm sorry, I don't mean to use the verbiage, but I just want to know. Oh, you a woman. Great. I love that. I need me a gilf. I need a MILF or a gilf in my life, man. Show me something. Show me the ropes. I eat coochie. I eat booty. What you want, girl? I like it seasoned. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to sound like a nasty nigga. I don't want you to think I'm a nasty bitch. All right. I'm just joking. All right. It's just jokes. I'm just fucking around. Don't think I'm some horny toad ass nigga. I'm just making jokes. All right.
I eat the box. If you ever ask, I eat the box. I eat it. I eat it for hours. I never sleep. You may see me sleep in the Oval Office, but I don't sleep when I eat the butt. When I eat the butt, I eat it all. I eat it all. I scrape the plate. All right. Never underestimate the ability of eating anus. It's a great sport. It's an art. I eat it all the time. Very bigly. Very, very bigly.
All right, man. Peace out, y'all. Wrong screen.